I'd buy that for $1.
What up, peeps? Mr.Bones back at you for another Dollar Tree Theater. And what we're going to talk about is Baba Yaga, Terror of the Dark Forest. A legendary horror from the director of Mermaid Lake of the Dead, which I've never heard of or seen. A young family hires a nanny to look after their children, but after gaining the trust of the unsuspecting parents, their new guardian begins exhibiting some alarmingly unnatural behavior. When his parents don't believe his claims, son Igor is left to contend with the problem on his own, until one day he discovers that the nanny and his young sister have disappeared without a trace. With his parents now in a trance-like state, with no recollection of ever having a daughter, Igor becomes convinced that his family has crossed paths with the ancient demon Baba Yaga. Enlisting his friends to save his sister, he must stop the dreaded Baba Yaga before his parents forget him too. I guess he enlisted his friends. The two kids that go with him is a young girl that lives nearby that he likes. Right there, I can't remember her name. And a kid that was his bully that picked on him, but they're all being hunted by this thing, so they join forces. This is about a witch called the Baba Yaga that snatches up kids and takes them to her den. That's the only thing I've heard it called, her den. And it reminds me of the Upside Down in Stranger Things, or the Further in Insidious. And the kids find a way into there to try to save his little sister, his newborn little baby sister, the witch had snatched up. And there is a guy that lives in the woods that lost his daughter years ago, and she shows up out of nowhere in the other side and helps them. She has white eyes, and in his house he has a candle which represents he still has hope that she's still out there. And as they're about to escape the little exit way that they know how to get back into the real world, he had just given up and blew out the candle, which makes her cease to exist. She turns into ash before she can come to the other side with the main kids, which was a sucky situation for him giving up on his child and for her not being able to come back. This movie is dubbed, I can't remember what the Russian, I guess it's a Russian movie because it says audio English and Russian. It's dubbed in English, so if that bothers you, you won't enjoy it. But for some reason, all the voices they sounded fine to me, but the main kid here, Igor, the voice didn't seem to match up to his mouth as well, which kind of bugged me. But this is directed by something Svatoslav Pugatsky. Written by the same person. I'm not going to try to pronounce any of these other names. From Shout Studios. But there's no special features, so I don't know what the significance of being from Shout Studios is. This was a decent little movie. I'd recommend anyone check it out, see if you like it. Kind of reminded me of like a softer sort of child horror, like Goosebumps or Are You Afraid of the Dark or something, but kind of edgier, but not hardcore horror, you know. yeah, I recommend anyone check it out. It was a decent watch. That's what I watched. Peace.